So I've been talking a lot about YDP's SEO tools, and I showed you how I use them to identify a gap in the market to create new resources. But I also wanted to show you one of my favorite ways to update a product that takes almost no time at all. Optimizing the title and optimizing that first few lines of your product description for keyword research. So that way people can actually find looking for. So say you have a product that's been created and you know it's good and you know people need it, and for whatever reason it's not being found, people aren't seeing it, that's a sign that it needs to be updated. So what I'm going to do is show you how I find out which products need to be updated and then walk you through the update process for one of my resources. In the product tracker on my SEO tools, I'm going to go to show products that are not ranking for any keywords. And something that's important to remember about this is going to be the keywords that I have selected. And I tend to do that seasonally. So right now, a lot of my keywords are more October. And I've gotten rid of some of the ones that this might have been ranking for. And then just open up another window, and I like to use word counter, and I put in the title that I currently have, the first few lines of the product description that I currently have, and how many reviews it has, because then when I come over to the keyword finder, I'm going to set that range to the number of reviews that I have. I'm also going to set the time frame to a specific month. Usually I do lifetime, but for this product in particular, I want to update it for the next few weeks. And then I'm just going to go ahead and select keywords that might apply, and I usually just select them all and sort through them from there. So right now I'm going through keywords that have some of those words in there, and I'm selecting them and applying that, so that way I can see, okay, where are they going to fall in terms of popularity and difficulty. So just go through and select as many different keywords as you like. Things that may or may not apply, right? You can kind of narrow it down once you have a bigger pool. So now that I have both of my windows open, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll through that list on the left in your keyword finder, and I'm going to generate a list on the right of things that could apply to this product. They might not be in there, or maybe they are, right? Just kind of getting myself a list of things that might apply. And I did have to pop back to the resource to look and see, like, are there coloring pages? Yes, there are. So again, just looking through all of the different keywords that, maybe this could rank for that. I don't know why I didn't have them in there before. Maybe it was ranking okay. And now I'm just going to kind of try and tweak and rewrite the section so that it hits those keywords that I've identified as opportunities based on the popularity, difficulty, and the number of reviews this particular product has. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to keep checking that character count. I like to try and keep that, the first few lines of the product description around 180 characters. I think that what happens when it gets too long is it doesn't, catch the end of the sentence. So I'm trying to put that in there too. And I'm just going to keep playing around with the wording as I try to find, okay, how do I fit this in here? What's not an important word? How can I delete it and rearrange it without sounding like a crazy person, right? I don't want to keyword stuff. I want it to sound natural still, but I want to get those keywords in there. So kind of tweaking and rearranging things. Okay, woohoo, I made it to 80 characters is the length of the title. So I'm going to copy and paste that in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in my new description. Ta-da! Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, just make sure you drop them in the comments below.